morning. This is Nightbird Tarot. I'm here to do your daily collective message for July 24th, 2025. I hope that you're all doing well. Let's see what the vibe is for the day with What's the Vibe Oracle deck for the collective, for all signs, all placements. And then we'll look at some tarot cards to get an overall message. Let's call in Spirit. Take some deep breaths in and connect. Okay. So welcome back to my subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. You're always loved and cherished for always coming back. And thank you for listening all the way to the end of the reading. Welcome to anybody that is new. Thank you for being here too. If you resonate with the readings, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Angels, guides, ancestors, the most important message for the collective, all signs, all placements. July 24th, 2025, please. Okay, we have the word puzzled with the words confused, perplexed, and conflicted today. Okay. Puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. Grab your coffee, tea, water, snacks, whatever it is you like. Got my coffee. Needing this coffee today. I've been very busy. But Thursdays are my Fridays, so I'm happy about that. Angels, guides, ancestors, the most important message for the collective, all signs, all placements. We have the Ten of Swords. Most important message, please, Spirit, for the collective, all signs, all placements. Two of Swords. And we have the Six of Swords. Okay, lots of mental stuff going on today. It's probably why you're puzzled, perplexed, conflicted, confused here today. We have the Magician and the Shadow and what you don't see. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords to start your reading. With the Ten of Swords here, this is really about feeling pretty miserable or beaten down. You can see that he has all these arrows all stuck in him. This is more of a mental, I feel like a mental turmoil. You're very, you're going to be going within today. You're going to be feeling a little bit hard on yourself mentally, okay? Perhaps because you're confused, conflicted, perplexed, or puzzled about a situation. Yeah. It feels like this is happening after a decision. You've made a decision of some sort, and with the Two of Swords here, going into this decision blindly, but you are determined to make this decision, even though you don't know what the future holds with the blindfold here. You're going into this decision blindly. It's upsetting that you've had to make this decision, But it feels like with the Six of Swords, you're moving on to calmer waters. This has gotten you all up in your head today. Perhaps you're thinking that the decision that you're making, you're kind of thinking, am I making the right decision? So it's making you perplexed, confused, conflicted. Am I making the right decision? Am I making the right decision here? Because it feels like the decision that I've made may ruin my life, may ruin me, may ruin, put me more miserable than I was before. So it's got you all up in your head today. You're very confused, conflicted about the decision that you're making to move on to calmer waters. Perhaps this is the part of that closing the door or moving on to things that moving on from things that no longer serve you. And that's what we've been talking about with the collective message over the last few weeks, is moving on to things that no longer serve us, having more self-love. And this may be where you've made that decision finally to move on to calmer waters. You've made that decision. You're going into it blindly. You don't know what the future holds, but it's not making you feel so good. It's like, am I making the right decision? Is this going to make me less happy than dealing with what I was dealing with before? With the Magician in the shadow, and what you don't see is that you've manifested this. This feels like a soul contract. This is something that has been spiritually guided for you, as we had Archangel Michael yesterday, helping us move into the new with the Magician. It feels like this is now, you're now taking action here with this Two of Swords. You're taking action, moving on to calmer waters, but it's making you, today is a hard one for you. It's making you feel like very sad. Let's do some clarifications here. For whatever reason, you're not feeling very happy. You're not at that happiness point. It's almost like you're leaving something behind. You're leaving something behind. You've made a decision. You're taking action, but it doesn't make you feel great. It's not what you had initially thought your life would be like. Please clarify the Ten of Swords, please, Spirit. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse position. Please clarify the Two of Swords. We have the Four of Swords. Ooh. Please clarify the Six of Swords, please, Spirit. We have the Justice card. We had that card yesterday, which is Libra energy, and we have the Temperance. So I feel like this is spiritually guided. Yeah. You're being spiritually guided. This is your destiny. This is the purpose of your life. to have gone through this. So we have the Page of Cups that is clarifying the Ten of Swords. In the reverse position, I feel like you're upset about perhaps this younger mental person. It doesn't have to be younger, but somebody that is young-minded, somebody that's not very intellectually mature or emotionally mature, somebody that you were dealing with that could have been very selfish, somebody that's lazy. You feel bad about it. You could have left this relationship for these reasons. You feel bad about it. You feel bad towards this person. You could have been married to this person or been in a relationship with this person that is completely fallen apart. One more, please. Clarify the Ten of Swords. We have the Hierophant. So with the Hierophant, I always think about Spirit is saying that, you know, the business with this person is done. You may have had unfinished business with this person for quite some time, but now the business is done. You are ready to move on now. You feel really bad about it, but you've made your decision. You're up in your head about it. But it makes me feel like it's almost like this person did nothing in order to kind of salvage the relationship either. This person really didn't do anything. So you've had to make this decision to take action. With the Four of Swords here, that's clarifying this Two of Swords. It's like rest before action here. So Spirit is saying, take a moment before you make this decision, before you take action, to take a moment to really think about everything. I feel like Spirit is saying, don't rush. It's okay that you've made this decision, but take a moment. Take a moment, because this is very painful for you to walk away from this person that may have been selfish and lazy here. Somebody that may have not nurtured the relationship in the way that is traditional in a relationship. Perhaps this is maybe a marriage. This feels like a traditional relationship that went sideways. An unorthodox way. Somebody is lazy, young-minded, immature, that caused you great pain. It's leaving you confused, conflicted, perplexed. And I think that's what Spirit's saying is you need to rest before you take action here. You're really wanting to take action to move away from this situation. And again, take it as it resonates. It could be a job situation, any kind of relationship with somebody that hurt you deeply. Rest before action, Spirit says. We have the Justice card that is clarifying the Six of Swords. So this feels like something that you may have been legally bound to, that you are moving away to calmer waters. Justice card is Libra energy. The situation has left you unbalanced, so it's time to move on to calmer waters. And I feel like throughout the readings that we've had, it's been like you've been emotionally unbalanced being in this situation. You may have gone through where there was mental or emotional or even physical abuse, and it's time to move on to calmer waters. This person left you very mentally, emotionally, and physically unbalanced, or the situation did. The Temperance card, as I always say, this is like you've got one foot within the spiritual realm and one foot on the physical plane. So I feel like you're being divinely guided to move away from this situation. I feel like you're being divinely guided for protection from this situation. This is going to leave you more balanced. Spirit is leaving you more balanced in a place of listening to your intuition in order to follow your destiny. This is divinely guided. This is your manifestation. Whose spirit is guiding you away to calmer waters because it has left you unbalanced mentally, physically, and emotionally. You're ready to take action, but Spirit says take a moment. Take a moment first. Rest before you take the action. Don't do it when you're exhausted. And this situation has left you mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted. It hurt you completely. So this has left you a little bit puzzled, complexed, and conflicted because you're feeling like, should I not? Am I going to be in a situation I'm going into blindly? But Spirit is saying we are guiding you. We are guiding you to your destiny, to a place that is better balanced for you. But today you may be feeling a little confused, perplexed, or conflicted about leaving the situation. So Spirit says take a moment and think about it. Think about how you got here. How this situation left you emotionally, physically, and mentally unbalanced. We do have the Knight of Pentacles in the shadow here in the reverse position as well. So what you don't see with this Knight of Pentacles is somebody that's irresponsible, somebody that is going to be inconsistent, somebody that is has no motivation to make things any better. And you probably already know this. This is what Spirit is saying to me. You already know this. But take a moment and think about how this person is or situation is, where there is a lack of balance for you emotionally, physically, and mentally, and you need to move on to calmer waters. There may have been some type of abuse in the situation, and I feel like a lot of mental abuse, which is why it's left you puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. Let's see what the outcome is. Spirit, what is the outcome here in this situation, please? 2 more. Okay, very fast. All right, so you're going to have to be strong through this situation. There's going to be a judgment here with the Strength and Judgment card here. It feels like this could be a legal situation. It doesn't have to be, but you're going to be strong through this situation. This situation is going to require strength from you mentally, physically, and emotionally. And that's why I think like Spirit is saying take a moment of rest, because you're going to have to be strong through this situation where you're going to have to move on to calmer waters. There could be a legal situation tied to this. You could be, like I said, married. But with the Judgment card, I feel like there's new beginnings on the horizon for you. I feel like it's also an awakening. As you can see, like she is just like The birds are going around her head. She has come to a conclusion here. I am moving on to calmer waters. But you're going to need this rest first in order to get your head straight before you take action here. It's going to take a lot of strength, but you're going to be moving on to a new beginning. You're going to take them, you're finally going to be loving yourself. And they're going to have to take accountability for their actions and the way that they hurt you. It's time for them to take accountability. It's time for you to move on to a new beginning. Yeah. And then we have the Four of Wands in the back of the deck, so there'll be a celebration. But today it feels like you may be up in your head about what you want to do. But Spirit is saying be strong through this. Remember what got you here. Remember how this person is, that they're never going to change here with this Knight of Pentacles in the shadow here. This is your destiny. Yours is spiritually guided destiny with the Temperance and the Magician here. You were meant to go through this in order to come out stronger and to make sure that people take accountability for their actions and that you're just not somebody's doormat, that you love yourself more to take action and move on to calmer waters and get away from this unbalanced situation where it's left you emotionally, physically, and mentally unbalanced. It's time for you to move on. Spirit says take some time to rest first before you take action. And think about how this person has treated you. Whether this is in a job situation, a home situation, a relationship situation, Spirit is calling for you to look and see what they've done, showing that they've not taken any action to make things better, that they will consistently do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Let's pull a message from the universe to finish up your reading. Angels, guides, ancestors, a message from the universe to finish the reading, please. A lot of mental energy today. So the message says prioritize self-healing right now. And that's what I was talking about, self-love. Put your needs above others for once. And that's what Spirit is calling for you to do. That's the lesson here. It's time to focus on you. Self-healing takes time and a lot of self-love. Remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There's no rush. That's exactly what this Four of Swords was saying to the collective. Take a moment and rest first before action. There's no rush to do this. You don't need to rush, but you're being spiritually guided in order to move on from this so that you can heal and put yourself first before others for once. So that's the message I have for you, collective. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And thank you for going all the way to the end of the video and listening to the entire message. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.